Grand Theft Auto V is an indicting exposé of everything America stands for. It's a chaotic opera where chaos and brilliance dance together. And somehow, it works. So, let's rewind back to when the world got its first glance at the genius behind Grand Theft Auto V. In August of 2013, Rockstar released the first trailer for GTA V. This trailer changed the gaming industry forever. The tone was nostalgic, seductive, and dangerous. It features a washed-up criminal trying to live clean, a young hustler looking to get out, and a maniac who never learned how to stop. And Rockstar gave us the keys to all of them. GTA V isn't genius because it's violent, or because it's open world. It's genius because it gave us a world that breathes, characters that bleed, and stories that spiral into each other like a slow-motion car crash. So let's begin with Grand Theft Auto V's revelation about the twisted lie that is the American dream. They told us the American dream was ours for the taking. Work hard, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, live big, spend big, die happy. But what if that dream was just a ghost? A glittering specter luring you to your own destruction? GTA V isn't a satire of the American dream. It's a eulogy. Three lost men chasing a lie so seductive they'll ruin everything just to grasp it. This is the haunting of a dream that never existed, trapped forever in a game of endless consumption and self-betrayal.
This is not a game to me, all right? This is a fucking way of life. I got a fucking family. Yeah, well, I got nothing. No one gives a fuck about me.
Los Santos is a haunted house built with credit cards and blood money. Every billboard is a whisper. Every glass tower is a tombstone. You walk its streets not as a player, but as a ghost, chasing dreams long dead. Franklin, Michael, and Trevor each chasing something they can never catch. Franklin Clinton is America's fresh-faced promise. From rags to riches, he wakes up before dawn, sweats under the sun, and repossesses menacing debt-ridden dreams. But every car he reclaims, every corner he hustles, just cements his place in the system that cheats him at every turn. Welcome to the dream.
Why don't you go get yourself something nice?
But first, pay your dues.
Is it $7?
Franklin's ghost isn't his past, it's his future. The next rung on a ladder that snaps under his weight. Michael DeSanta thought he'd won. Mansion, money, movies, respect. Yet every trophy gathering dust, every expensive tequila shot tastes like ashes. He's the nightmare of making it. You get the world and find out nothing feels the ache of success bought at the price of your own soul. His ghost is nostalgia, a looping reel of better days, always just out of frame. When he reaches for happiness, he only touches the empty shell of a dream that's rotted from the inside out. Trevor Phillips doesn't chase a dream. He knows it's dead, and he revels in the decay.
Take off your pants, cowboy, all right? Let's fuck.
No Marlboro cigarette can mask the stench of his battered trailer. No scale of violence can numb the truth screaming inside his head. He's the ghost standing guard over the dream's grave, ripping out its tombstones one by one. His laughter is the dream's requiem. His bloodshed, the truth we refuse to face, that what we worship is built on cruelty. So yes, the dream is dead, but its corpse still walks the streets of Los Santos, reeking of gasoline and dollar signs. But here's the thing, Los Santos isn't a city. It's a mirage with collision physics. It's a place built not to reflect America, but to replace it. What you're seeing in GTA 5 isn't a satire like everyone says it is. It's a simulation of a simulation with no original. It's a hollow echo of a country that was already performing its identity long before Rockstar ever booted up a render farm. The billboards scream about freedom. The talk radio mocks the government.
Pretty soon, shit has changed. Because people will realize they're being aware because you're getting awareness and you don't know you got awareness until you get the damn awareness.
And the sky looks pretty, but it's detached. Because none of it's real. And that's the point. Jean Baudrillard called this the Simulacrum, a copy without an original. Los Santos doesn't parody America, it is America. Not as it is, but as it pretends to be. A cesspit of culture, religion, rebellion, and greed. All flattened into a playable commercial built to entertain the smooth brains of people who just want to kill pedestrians thoughtlessly. There are no truths in Los Santos. The dream is dead, and this is its afterlife. So when you're mindlessly gunning down cops, or buying your 5th high-rise apartment, just know that you're not rebelling. You're just role-playing inside the simulation, congratulating yourself for spotting a lie, whilst still paying for admission. I know that might be a bit of a mindfuck, so let's divert our course a bit. Let's divert our attention to how Rockstar's genius writing, that is never properly appreciated, secretly exposes the fragile identity of modern masculinity. If you were to ask me, I would say you could break down modern masculinity into 3 main categories: performance, suppression, and dominance. We see these 3 main archetypes cleverly integrated into Michael, Franklin, and Trevor. Rockstar didn't give us 3 protagonists for variety. They gave them to us as a means to send a message that is only detected when looking at it through a nuanced lens. Let me explain. Let's start with performance. See, masculinity is often about display, particularly in the social media sense. Men are encouraged, and in some cases required, to perform masculinity. Be assertive, but sensitive.
Is that what they're calling it now? You and your fucking yoga.
Strong, but not a tyrant. Fashionable, but not flamboyant. Rich, but not exploitive, etc. This performance is constant, exhausting, and largely for the gaze of other men.
Like it's worth $5 grand a month to you? You fucking racist.
We see this in influencer culture, fitness culture, red pill manosphere bullshit, and all of it is bound in the performative dimension. We also see this reflected in Michael. There is no denying that his character is a direct embodiment of the performance archetype. Michael is masculinity as aesthetic, as scripted identity. He's living the fantasy of a retired alpha male. Big house, dead marriage, self-help, therapy, and delusions of artistry. But it's all performative. Every moment of his life is a lie he tells himself.
How about you suck my cock? Huh?
He wants to be a family man, but he can't even speak honestly to his children.
Jimmy, look, the language you use when playing that game of yours, is that really necessary?
You're a waste of semen, bitch!
Yeah, it is necessary. It's how I express myself.
I don't care if you're 12. I'll still rape you.
He wants to be cultured, but he's spiritually bankrupt. He thinks he's better than Trevor, more evolved, but he's just addicted to the veneer of civility. Michael is modern masculinity as a curated Instagram page. He's wearing masculinity like a designer suit, well-fitted, expensive, but ultimately still hollow on the inside. The second trait of fragile modern masculinity is suppression. Even after all the external projection brought by performance, men are still punished for vulnerability, emotional nuance, and mental health expression.
Oh, that's it now!
Despite all the TED Talks and softboy rebrands, traditional masculine stoicism is alive and well. Suppression is about internalizing this, not just repressing tears, but repressing the very desire to express. This is what makes masculinity so brittle. Men are often alienated even from themselves. I believe we see this archetype in Franklin's character. Franklin is the most internalized of the three. He's trapped between two contradictory models: the hyper-masculine street code he was raised in, and the aspirational, respectable man identity he's been trying to achieve. His arc is one of emotional stasis. He's watching his dreams decay in slow motion because he can't express vulnerability or break the mold. He wants out, but won't challenge the systems keeping him in. He wants to grow, but can't articulate what that means without mimicking Michael. He's deeply compartmentalized. Ambition, loyalty, anger, and grief all sealed in different boxes. And the coping mechanism that men use to fight this internalized stoicism is dominance.
I know.
The third and final archetype of modern masculinity. See, toxic masculinity still relies on the ghost of patriarchy and heteronormativity, dominance over others, especially women and weaker men, is embedded in its core. Even the newer, quote-unquote, progressive masculinities often recreate hierarchies under new aesthetics. Think of Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. Both are modern expressions of the domination archetype. But so is a CEO who posts a LinkedIn selfie with #girlbossenergy while preaching about empathy. The domination impulse is adaptive. It shapeshifts to survive in liberal, progressive, and even queer contexts. This empty self-image of social power and hierarchy is without a doubt riddled in Trevor's arc. There's really no question. Trevor is raw, unfiltered, feral masculinity. He is the ID of the game world. But more than that, he's the dominating impulse of the American male psyche left unchecked. He doesn't just resist norms, he violates them gleefully. He's violence without guilt, sex without connection, rage without purpose, the quote-unquote freedom that libertarians dream of and nightmares are made of. He's the only character who seems truly free, and that's the horror of him. Freedom in his form is annihilation. What I'm saying is, Rockstar didn't give you 3 protagonists for variety. They gave you 3 aspects of fragile masculinity, because the real disassociation isn't just in the game mechanics. It's in the modern male identity. We are taught to represent a composed self, chase success, suppress our darker urges, and maintain the delusion of choice. GTA 5 rips off your mask and indicts you for trying to be something you're not, because you destroyed yourself and those around you, all because you wanted to be perceived as quote-unquote masculine. By the time you finish a 3-way heist with Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, you realize the tragic truth. There is no coherent self here, only fragments of performance, suppression, and dominance. All of them jostling for supremacy in a world that rewards performance, punishes intelligence, and celebrates obedience. You're not truly free no matter who you play. The ending is the same. The paths diverge, but the destination is predetermined. You think you choose your role, but the game drew every line. So every switch, every choice, every drive through a city built on dreams and shattered self-identity is not 3 stories. It's one shattered identity, and you are the one pulling the trigger.
You just don't have the fucking balls to do it! But I do! I got more to lose than you! Never a truer word has been spoken, brother! Now pull the fucking trigger! You ain't got the guts. Take the fucking shot!
Whether you agree with this or not, it doesn't matter. What does matter is how GTA 5 has desensitized you to the utmost vicious forms of violence. Be honest with yourself. You know very well that you possess a deep lust for mowing down crowds of NPCs and trolling 12-year-olds online. But why? Why do you love the thrill of being a psychotic annihilator in GTA 5? Some of you may say, it's the freedom of sandbox, or GTA 5 is tailored to promote this behavior, which both hold a level of truth, but they're not the primary reason. Before we get started, this portion of the video is especially interesting for anyone with a keen interest in psychology. So with that being said, let's really get into the thick of what made a vast majority of GTA 5 players get on board with Trevor's level of bloodlust. To answer this question, we first need to understand why the player base finds the idea of playing like a sane person highly unattractive. Because GTA 5 doesn't directly promote being a depraved lunatic within the game design, although they never punish you for it. I like using the analogy that GTA 5 is the digital form of the Skinner box. The Skinner box was an experiment conducted by B.F. Skinner. He hypothesized that through manipulating the environment in the correct ways and through a thoughtful manner, it would transform individuals for the better. To test this theory, he conducted the said Skinner box. It would feature a subject, typically a rat or a pigeon, to be placed in a box that centered around a lever that was used for both positive and negative reinforcement. The positive side of the lever would deliver food to the rat. However, once the rat quickly discovered that pressing the lever would result in food, the desirable stimuli, it would subsequently be delivered a painful shock from the ground beneath it, as the abuse of demanding the desirable stimuli resulted in punishment. We see fragments of the Skinner box reflected in GTA 5's game design, but again, only fragments. GTA 5 lacks the punishment from the Skinner box. It allows the player to repeatedly abuse the stimuli found in behaving like a lunatic without any meaningful consequence. The most you get is a small fee of typically $5 grand, which is nothing when you take into account that throughout most of the game you have a 7-digit bank account. So what results from this? Players will thrive in the endless dopamine found in psychotic gameplay, because when the human mind learns that disorderly behavior can be repeated without any real consequence, it is haste to persistently repeat the action in question. GTA 5 players will spend endless hours in the dopamine rush because they are never punished for it. We are simple creatures. Something as dumb as explode car, cool sound effect, fireball, people screaming equals sensory overload. This is enough to make us play the same game for 13 years. So really what we see in GTA 5 is the Skinner box with the shocks removed. Players never suffer any real punishment for their behavior. Subsequently, as a result from this, you get a cesspit of players from all ages and backgrounds, all united in their love for violence without consequence. I'm not saying all of this matters because GTA 5 turns its players into crazed goblins. All of this really matters because GTA 5 teaches its players, subconsciously, that violence is not just tolerated, but expected. This is just another trace of GTA 5's many unrecognized layers of brilliance. Rockstar's genius isn't just overlooked, it's deeply misunderstood. Misunderstood a lot like GTA 5's most brilliantly written character. I am of course talking about a certain Mr. Trevor Phillips. Trevor's character is so much more than what people label him as. He's not just a depraved cannibalistic sociopath. He has so many layers of emotional nuance. The emotion that many creative writers strive for, but very few actually achieve. And the 1-2 punch combo of Dan Houser's genius writing paired with Stephen Ogg's ability to portray emotion like no other is what makes Trevor's character so special.
Go fuck yourself!
This is my favorite portion of the video to both research and write. So I really hope I can just show you how fucking genius Rockstar is with this final revelation of GTA 5's hidden genius. I understand that a good majority of people will say, Trevor doesn't have any emotional depth, he's just fucking crazy.
I really don't.
me get my dick out again.
Which is precisely what I'd expect to hear from someone who has no comprehensive understanding of what good emotional portrayal in writing looks like. And to that, one might rebuttal with, if his depth isn't explicitly apparent, then it's not actually as good as you say it is.
Oh, I love you.
This is where the word nuance does a lot of heavy lifting for me. Nuance in writing is the most highly sought after trait. Achieving nuance is already hard enough, but emotional nuance is especially difficult. Portraying emotional nuance well is the absolute pinnacle of creative writing, and Trevor is possibly one of the best examples I can use for this. Not only is Dan Houser one of the best writers I've ever seen, but Stephen Ogg, Trevor's actor, is the perfect actor to fill Dan Houser's shoes in portraying these characters. There is never a moment where Stephen Ogg falls short of Dan Houser's writing. Their ability to both write emotional nuance and portray it, respectively, are both nothing short of outstanding. I mean, seriously, take a look at the contrast of Trevor's emotional display in opposite contexts.
What? Oh, so what? It's just me getting hurt? Is that funny?
No,
huh?
man.
Well, fuck you! I'm gonna put you in the fucking ground, you laugh at me again. I am so sorry.
There, it's okay, son.
Let's hug it out. Right? You're
So
fucking
you're funny,
gotcha! Oh, fuck, no, I'm not funny. Fucking asshole! Oh, I got money!
I don't want your goddamn money!
What can I do? What was that? What? What was that?
Nothing.
Ah! Asshole! Everybody! Assholes! No, mother!
This stark contrast is precisely what makes Trevor's character not only phenomenal, but criminally misunderstood. I mean, think about it. Trevor isn't just a great character because of well-written and portrayed emotional nuance. He's great because of who he is in the world of San Andreas. Because he's the only one who doesn't lie to himself about who he is in the world. Whereas Michael and Franklin both have delusional fantasies, Trevor is the only one who isn't pretending. Many people see this and are quick to label him as a crazed sociopath. But when you really think about it, he's just on the same belief system and moral compass as the player. He behaves just like the player does. He acts as if his actions mean nothing, and ultimately, they don't. When you play GTA 5, you play it like it's a sandbox. Because obviously it is, but that's not the point. You play it like you've been given infinite freedom, but that freedom is only found in that you never suffer any consequences from your actions. Trevor behaves like he knows it's all meaningless, in the same sense that the player does.
What kind of fucking animal do you take me for? No, I didn't kill him.
Oh.
But I did kidnap his wife.
I mean, if you were placed in a world with the freedom to do whatever your heart desires without any repercussions, you would behave just as maniacal as Trevor. What I'm saying is that Trevor isn't crazy, he's free. He's the postmodernism in GTA 5 reduced to one of the most misunderstood characters in gaming history. I believe that Rockstar implemented some of these traits into his character to portray postmodernism within their game. As we discussed before, he's not realistic in the traditional sense. He's meta-realistic, because he isn't written to reflect real people. He more accurately reflects a personified version of the player's reality. He behaves as if he knows he's in the game world. In summary, both Dan Houser's aptitude for writing emotional nuance and Stephen Ogg's, dare I say, unmatched ability to portray deep layers of emotional integrity are unfortunately disdained by the community's inability to appreciate this masterpiece for what it truly is. Dan Houser and Stephen Ogg are like the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of GTA 5. They both delivered astonishing levels of creative greatness, writing and performance in utter synchronicity. I've never seen it replicated since. And let's not forget about what made the writing in Trevor so good. Trevor is so much more than just real. He's player real. He's personified postmodernism, written to its peak and portrayed to a T.
I've never been so happy and so sad in my life.
You have a beautiful way with words.
For some reason, everyone I love abandons me.
I am not the...
And with that, we've reached the end. This is my first real swing at YouTube, and I'm dead serious about making every future video better than the last. So if you've got feedback, praise, criticism, brutal honesty, I want to hear it. I need to hear it. That's how what I do gets sharper. If this breakdown of GTA 5's hidden genius resonated with you, let me know. Drop a comment, start a discussion, shit, argue with me if you want. Just engage. I've got more videos in the works and it's only getting better from here. So I'll see you all in the next one.